I was like a kid. I was in my 20s. I didn't have nothing. I certainly didn't have anything to lose, except for the 3 jobs and my lambskin leather coat. That was a bad coat. That was a bad coat. Now I had stuff to lose. And I could come home one day after a run, and I had no more money, I had no more drugs, and I had no more access to either. And I had to call in sick that day, because I was literally in so much pain, physically and spiritually in so much pain. The thing I didn't catch, though, was I had brought paints, acrylics and stuff from DC. Now this is 20-some odd years later. And I didn't realize I had stopped painting. I didn't create art within that span of time. And, you know, when you don't create, the spirit gets congested, it gets backed up, it gets sick. And I didn't realize it because I had a Mercedes. Sasha I called it. It was an SFK 280. Putrid gray, hardtop convertible, seats that you press the button and the seats warm up.
It was fire.
It was fire. Yeah. My first car in LA was a 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. I called her Billy. I love that car. She would break down, but she would wait till we got home. And it was funny, like when I go to a fancy restaurant, my 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, you know how they park you like way in someone else's parking lot? When I got my Sasha, my Mercedes, they were like front right there next to the Lamborghini and the Bentley. I was like, y'all funny for that. Like, I'm still the same dude in the 84 and in the Mercedes. Like, I'm still me, I'm still who I am. But whatever, I digress. So I come home and I'm in so much pain. I look over under the kitchen sink and there's some old paints, acrylics. And I find this piece of fabric with canvas. And I put water in the acrylics and shake them up. And I lay down on my floor and I just scratched out that painting. As I'm scraping that crack pipe. And all I could do was just paint my profit. And that was the painting, that was the moment where I realized I'm about to die. And not even like die as in dead, 6 feet under, like I'm gonna have a stroke and be disabled. I'm not lucky enough to be like, it's over, it's done. I've tried attempts of suicide, I've been stabbed in the neck, I've had people shoot at me, the bullet missed my head by half an inch. I mean, I've been close, real close, and never crossed over, but that painting was the one that made me realize that if I don't do something, if I don't do something with the desperation of a dying man, this isn't gonna end well. So that painting was the one that made me snitch on myself. So everybody, I'm smoking crack, I'm fucked up, I'm Richard Pryor right here, I'm just dying, I need help. The job gave me time off instead of firing me, which they were this close to done. My landlady held my apartment because I was, about to get evicted. Everything aligned. And I'm in the sober living and I'm going, getting sober again. And now I have time to paint. Like I'm not like working, I'm just trying to stay sober and reclaim or find my sanity again. So I'm painting and start posting things on Facebook because that's the only thing I knew how to use at the time. This is 2014. Now this is ironic because in 2014, I'm also named as one of the 40 Black artists to watch the Rio from a photo series I did, thank you, and documenting my relapse called Cracks, which we're going to be doing something crazy here with that series. It's going to be sick. It's going to be so sick. I'm so excited about it. But when I saw my first painting as I'm being named as a 40 Black artists to watch in the Rio while I'm in rehab. And I saw my first painting from a friend of mine I went to high school with, because I'm just posting things for shits and giggles. I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to be an artist. I'm just like, oh, this is what I did today. Like, you make your sandwich, post it on Instagram, like, this is what I did today. And that led to 2 solo shows in LA and then a solo show in New York and then this and this. And like in March I was flown out to Dubai to paint live for this organization. We auctioned off a painting that sold for $16,000. Last month I was in Virginia for 2 weeks painting. Well, this Universal is doing a film in Richmond, Virginia. They rented like 60 pieces of my work, take care of, and then have me fly down to paint 12 pieces for this movie coming out. So all of that happened, not by my design. You know what I mean? So
But
that
that's truly, in my experience with God, it's like, when you start exposing and showing the goodness of Him, more doors open for you.
and that's 100. And that's what that painting is. That with the Joe Carpenter, that's exactly what that was God singing to me. And I was just hurt. I just needed to regurgitate this feeling because I ain't had no more crack, I ain't had no more money. I had to call in sick. I just had to sit, I had to get this up out of me. So that was God's
I
song.
love that you put this guy on the end in shoes. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
They were gonna read bed buttons, but I can see the bottom.
There's so much going on in here. You see more and more.
I just got here. Are only this?
No, all of this is not.
Oh.
This is a collection of various artists. This one's mine, that one's mine in here, and then I have some throughout the gallery.
Okay, so why is it that there's no like
Tags?
yeah, taxes?
That's the Robert question. That's a good question, actually. I noticed that myself.
That is
Oh,
like
man, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. It's in the other room, I guess. Yeah, no, but this is tough to have y'all here. Thank you.
Well, do you mind? Because I have a similar life story. Like my entire beginning with art is generated as a response to like this abuse that I'm going through. It was definitely like the first, I guess, relationship that I had ever been in. So, I mean, for the most part, it was like I really had no fucking choice because, like, essentially, someone is choosing not to exit. It's like, okay, I guess this is love. Like, but because I was so occupied with this abuse, essentially I forgot completely about crack. And crack was 2016 until 2019. Literal avoidance of time, forgetting of time. Like, you could not tell me an entire summer had gone by, as in 3 months. I would not have guessed, but 3 entire years. Yeah. It was, and yeah.
But you know what's interesting to me, particularly with addiction? Like if you look at most artists, particularly contemporary artists, we're all fucked up. I don't know a sane artist. You have to be like you have to be crazy, like you're crazy. And it's not the crazy, insane, like that kind of crazy. It's artists, I think, vibrate at a different frequency. And it's hard to navigate between the spiritual and the human.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I say that artists are God's translators, you have to have an ear. You have to be in a position of hearing what God is saying to translate it, to your work. So I think artists have to, like, you look at most of us, drugs, suicide, from Whitney Dane to even Jean-Michel to, Vincent Van Gogh.
What is your name? Sorry, I've got to write down your name because that's like the most profound thing.
Sage.
Sage?
Yeah, Sage. S-A-G-E, Sage like the herb. My last name is
Oh
Gallon.
my God.
Yeah, Gallon like the milk.
Yeah. Okay.
No one ever says water.
Is that like a pseudonym for?
That's my name.
Oh.
Sage.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Profound.
yeah, this is awesome. Like I said,
Okay.
And if there are any questions about the work, let me know, I'll be happy to kind of walk you through.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, look at El John. Hey, that was your
I
hostage.
didn't realize, you did this Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that's called Pop-Up Kill Pretty Kill.
Yeah.
She was a bad chick, y'all. She
That's definitely.
was really, you know the Ella Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah.
You know that story?